Good morning, everyone. Putting some music going on here. And happy Star Trek Day. It's Star Trek Day. It's also bagging and boarding day. So we're going to bag and board today. So the things we're going to do, we're going to need for this pen, boards, and bags. Also, we'll need 6.7 billion tons of comic books. So we're going to do today. Not the most exciting job that has ever jobbed, but it is part of, doing the work. So what I have discovered is it's easier to put the boards in first than to try to put the comics in and the boards at the same time, but they don't exactly all fit. These are very tight fits. So first thing I'm going to do is bag the boards and then board the bags and then something. I don't know, something. I feel like we need to put the smooth side towards the comics. So we'll put the smooth side towards the comics. Because I can put this in pretty easily like this. And all I need to do is just put the comic in on top of this. Right? And then that makes it easy. It's easier to do it this way. I'll flip this around because I did this backwards. There we go. Once that's in, it's pretty easy to just drop this in. Right? What we're going to do at the end of this is I will assign a certain number of these in gold. This pin right here is my gold pin. And I will assign a certain number of them with my gold pin. Whee! Just shaking up my gold pin. Now when we get it ready to go. And what will happen is, once we are done bagging and boarding all of these, we can start selling them. For all of those people out there who want to purchase it. I mean, ideally, I will meet you somewhere in the Denver Metro. However, if you are not in the Denver Metro, that is also acceptable. This becomes remarkably boring after a while. kind of feel like this is the thing. So some of these were supposed to go live at Head Comics, and I found out that they don't actually put any comics up that don't have a price tag on them, an MSRP. So we've learned that little lesson. We've got to put an MSRP on them, or else they won't go to online. Which, that's okay. I don't mind. It's kind of an interesting requirement, but that's all right. Some of these will still go to black and red. But I think that $650 or $750 might be a good MSRP. Ultimately, maybe not so good for conventions because, of course, nobody has $7.50. But it becomes kind of one of those things. And I mean, we can always say that, the signed ones, the numbered ones, and stuff like that are probably valued at 10. And that makes it a little better. There's an extra value to it. There we go. We're just doing a whole bunch of these here. And what we're doing is we're putting boards in the plastic. It's called bagging and boarding. And it is a thing we do with comics so that they are protected from elements. We'll put an issue inside each one of these. Because once these are bagged and boarded, they can be solid. Sort of feel like each one of the little tacks here has been compromised in one way or another, which means some cat we know, and I won't name any names, but I'm looking at him, has been getting into the bags. So it's about time for us to do this. So he won't get in here. If it's in here quickly. Trouble. There's always trouble. It's floofy trouble. There's void floof and there's trouble floof. Not seeing my normal rent visits, so I'm wondering is he this morning? Tonight will be Star Trek 2. Today is Star Trek Day. Alrighty, we're just keeping on with the keeping on here. Not the most exciting job on the planet, however, it is very important. Bye. You scared of me?
Sorry.
Have a good day. I will call you in the day. All right. There you go. And these boards aren't, or these aren't sealed, so. It's not the most exciting thing. Kind of wish somebody else was on the stream with me so that we could talk or chat or something. But guessing that's not the way this is going to work. It's all right. I feel like the inventory process here I'm not a very inventory minded individual. Yeah, like I was really good. Not good at the inventory thing. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm just going to keep watching until the stack diminishes and then disappears. And then I will know I need to make more inventory. Probably what I will do is put a little flaggy thing on one of these that says, hey, you're short inventory. Run another run of these comics. At some point, we'll be at the end of this run. Right, so we'll be at the end of issue 1 and 2, and we will be combining them into one 64-page issue. Can't guarantee that that'll be the case, but I know that once we hit 300 pages, I intend to stop selling individual singles and switch to a tankobon. "300 pages is the Japanese line in the sand, so to speak, where they sort of said that they will be. That's the end of that issue. So, or that's the end of. They apparently cannot make books larger than 300 pages. I don't know what the printing reason or logic behind it is, but they don't. And so 300 pages is the extent of a novel. So if it goes longer than 300 pages, they break it into two, which, that's useful because you pay for it twice. Although, and it's funny, I've seen somebody say, oh, well, that's clever because you have to buy the up of Harry Potter, which means that it costs twice as much for Harry Potter than it does in the other. Except that I've been to bookstores, the novels cost 200 yen, which is about $2. So the up and the down is $400 or $4, $4 whole. And I'm like, not exactly an epic threat. I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of a thing. So what will happen is we will hit 300 pages, which isn't 10 issues. Sorry about that. I think I just brushed across the microphone. A wonderful noise. That is not actually 10 issues. It's like 9. And then extra pages. So then I know some printers though that will print talkable, which would be great. Alright, I'm just doing one group and then another group because this is easier for me. It's going to be a weird week. I'm not back in drawing form yet, So we're just bagging books here. Probably should at some point do a color version of the QuaCk. So the printer printed it and put it in this little bit of plastic here. I printed this with Avanti Printing. It was here in Colorado, downtown. Nice guys. Ran some prints and they weren't bad. They're good prints, solid prints. Someday my prints will come. And so there you go. Need to put a price on these guys though. So I put a new version of this so that it can go out to doing pretty good on the speed of this. Get a box here I want to put them all back into. All right, once they're bagged and boxed. And just keep going over there. I'll have to run the tech manual again with some fixes. Which actually probably should be my next attack plan. Let's fix the tech manual so they can go back out again and finish the addendum so that it can go out. Once those two go to printer, we're going to have quite a few of these. And then we'll be able to get all of these things done. Boards. And we just do this, not glamorous again, but you know, it's a thing. And we're kind of going along. So the battle plan here is finish these guys up. I only got about 70 of them here. Got quite a few of them actually. Any profits made from these guys go to reprinting new ones. Into your next issue. Good. Putting these in here. Gotta kind of be careful. I'm down to the last few of the primary stack. This is the non-autographed versions. Right. I'm going through here. I'm doing this. All right, there we go. Last stack of non-autographed. George didn't get to it. Hey, George, come here and help me out. There we go. It's interesting to think about the journeys that each one of these books takes. From printer to, I mean, you've been kind of following the life cycle of these books on the show here. the stream this entire time. And that's kind of cool. And that is neat. I mean, you know, these guys we've been following how they were created, they came about. Anyway. All right. It's the last of the unsigned. These guys are not actually signed. I'll go over to the box. Now we will do the signed ones. Oh, 10 of these. All right. These 10 signed. My gold pin. My gold pin. And we will first go. That way we can tell what we're doing someday. We haven't used the gold pin in a while. So knowing that my gold pin may or may not work, we're going to test it first. The gold pin may need to warm up. Which is true. I mean, that's usually what happens with gel pins. I'm just going along, trying to make it roll here. Boy, a gold pin just does not want to work. I wonder if it's dried up. Suck. I have auxiliary pins. Also use a stamp. Here's my autograph. I'll be right back, guys. Take that air, but there's ourselves some gel pens from downstairs. That should work a lot. So, looking at gel pens. Let's see. There we go. Those are gel pens. Are you jealous? You're just jealous. I'm easily entertained. Of course, I say this to you, and you know darn well I'm easily entertained. All right, so today I'm trying to do all of the bagging and boarding. And that's what we're doing. And these are signed copies right here. What are we doing? I'm signing and stamping each and every one. Uh-oh. I'm not signing all of them, though. I have a box full of them back here that are not signed. They're just normal. So I think that the normal the price should be Brent. Price should be Brent. Brent shall be the price for all of these. Where's Colton the Spy? Okay. I found a gold gel pen, and I am signing them, and it's hard to see because it's all washed out. Signing them and stamping them. That way, they have my signature and my stamp on them. I chop. This is much more exciting for me than it is for you guys. The gold gel pen was fun. All these exciting pens. Ooh, it's sparkly. It's sparkly pen. Right next to me, this pen. Doo-doo-doo. And we'll put the date in. I always put R03 and Reiwa. That's the Japanese era we're in. And I have been signing, weirdly, my artwork for the Japanese era for a while. At first, it was novel because we were in Heisei 18, and so I could just put H18, and that was a good era date. Cool to me. But then I went ahead and continued, and now it's been many years of me signing these books and signing everything with Japanese dates. So, I'm trying to lose these comics though. Well, this is Brent's special copy made just for Brent. It even says for Brent. We'll go ahead and pull the tape and seal it up. There we go. There we go. It says Brent number one. Well, can't see because it's all washed out. Brent number one. There's Brent's number one copy. Go with Brent's other #1 copy. So these are both Brent's copies. Brent's copies. They set aside. And there we go. And these are all signed. Bunch of our special copies. Right? Not that weird Topeka, Kansas food. Actually, I don't believe that I've ever specifically had any food in Topeka, Kansas. So I'm actually making absolutely no commentary at all. I don't know. What do I know? Topeka, Kansas food might be a thing. I don't know. This one's singed. Not signed, it's just singed. So there we go. Just pulling the tape off of these guys to seal them in. I'm assuming that people would care whether it's signed or not, but hey, we'll go. People be like, what? Okay, 5 more boards. And we're done with this job. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So as I was saying at the top of the show, what I have found is it's easier to put a board in here. Hey, somebody's going to get an authentic George hair in here. So, that's 2. Right? You pay extra for a George hair. Just saying. These are extras. They're not extras. I bought 100, and there are not, in fact, 100 comics. So, There's 1. 2. So what I was saying was that we can't actually put these out at Mile High Comics unless they have an MSRP on the front. So we'll have to put an MSRP on there. Which is all right. These first runs won't be a mass run. This kind of like these already existing guys with tape on them already. And then this way, we'll have 10 of them that are signed. Do. No. Now we have these guys. Here. Just plug tape on these. Seal them up. So. That way, the non-signed ones are also sealed. And we can figure out how many of these guys we have. Sealing these guys up. So what I was saying earlier is I probably will go through and repair the tech manual, as it's something I could just probably resend and reprint, and probably cheaper than what I was originally setting it up for. But if I were to do that, then I could have the tech manual and issue 1 and the omake ready to go by November easily. If we really work at it, we might be able to get issue 2 headed out the door as well, which would give me 1 episode. But I don't want to set my sights on that. Yeah, I know, right? When did I sell it? Nobody actually knows how many I sold at NDK. So Yeah, that's the problem. Is Airship 27 is in the way? Not in the way. But there are a lot of steps involved here. This is kind of funny because I wonder if anybody will ever, many years from now, go back in time and go, there's my copy right there. That's the one I got. And I know we can identify Brent's copy specifically as to the second that it was bagged and boarded. None of these guys are sequentially numbered, so. All right, so there's 10 more to put us at 20 so far. Right? And your kids auction it off, or your grandkids auction it off, or whatever. We'll actually be able to get like a proof of authenticity on this. Kind of wild, but true. Because I actually signed it here on the air. If I'd been smart, I would have put it over there on that table. And actually signed it. You could see me signing it. So it's not here, but right now it's covered in detritus from NDK. So there's my 30 copies. Shaking them all down. Shake them. Take them. I need something. You're busted. What? Actually, it did not take as long as I thought it would. I am curious, when we print the tech manual, we should see what the difference is in printing, because tech manual has to be in color. This was not that expensive to print because it was all black and white. Which, of course, I'm doing solely because it is cheaper. All right. 40. I'm not sure either. I am kind of curious, though. I mean, it's also fewer pages. The tech manual is only 20 pages, 24 pages, or whatever. All these little strips of plastic over here. I'm sure this is about as environmentally unfriendly as it gets. All right. And this is 50. So there's 50 actual, like, by itself units here. Which is not bad. Wow, these are difficult to handle. A bunch of static. Clean. There we go. So we have 50 units unsigned. Units signed, 60 units. Some units now falling on the floor. All right. what's that? We'll bag and board these two. 76, but we're not done counting up things yet, so hang on. Because this is the one that I've been showing everybody and letting everybody touch and handle and everything like that. So I'm going to add it because it's not a sellable one. No, demo one. This one. So this is the demo one. This one man handle. And then I have 4 units out. This is one extra. So this is 51. George is like, and then hang on real quick. I know I hate dead air, but I'll be right back. So we printed 76, and there are 55 here in the house. Right. I did. I wrote demo on it. No, on the side. But yeah, it says demo of this one. Yeah, because yours is set up to the site too. That's right. Good point. You have one as well. But that's sort of a guaranteed sale as well. I'm pretty sure. So these two are my copies, demo copies, for everybody to see. And they go with me on the box. Right? And then George can just sit right here and be. 25. Right? Minus 51 equals 25. That's why I let you do the math, because I would have come up with 63. And George being George. Ever since the convention, George has been pretty loving, though. He's been like, "Why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me here all alone?" He does. He looks so, very George-like. He's just sitting here purring away. Happy little fuzzball. Little floof. Okay, so we've got 51 units, which is great. Which means I've sold we're looking at there, sold 25 units. And yet George purrs more right now because he's doing the "Why'd you leave me? Why'd you leave me? I'm so glad to have you home." So he's kind of going along being him. Oh man. Okay, I am not in the mindset to work today. I don't know what my problem is. So maybe we need to do some kind of, I don't know, accounting thing. Accounting widget? Like, oh, I'm not sleeping enough yet. My back is still borked. And so even when I'm trying to sleep, I'm not sleeping well. So I am going to, first of all, I'm wondering why I don't have Colton in here to keep me company, because all I'm doing is boring crap. Do a blank workbook. That's what I was thinking. First things first, I think I will do units printed. Units sold. Something like this. I don't know. I'll figure something out. It'll make sense somewhere online. Because you're tired and you hate life. Right? I have a three-way graph here. Right. Yeah. I'm entertained by this, George. I'm just saying. So George has discovered that in the trash are all of the little pieces of very, very light plastic that were stripped off of the gummy part of the. And there, every time he sticks his nose in, they all just static electricity, and they stick to his face. And now he's trying to get them off his face. It's very funny. All right. this should be issue 0. Copy this. We call the other one 0A. This really should be this. This will show right. So this should be print run 1. This should be print run 1. We'll start with 76. This equals this minus this. Right? You can go all the way down. And that way, okay, 25. It should go, and everything should drop. Should be date. That's really what it should be. There we go. That should do it. I really suck at this whole stupid thing. This is not one of my better things. I'm not terribly good at it. The star maps is at least there. Mm. Now we're saving again, and saving over the saving. There we go. Okay, we've done that mess, and that's good. Very unfocused this morning. Just super unfocused. Super not with it. I wonder if I can take this guy and duplicate the layer. Boom stuff. Now we can put this background layer on. It looks good. What I'm doing right now is setting up the background and like that. So we just work on the background here. We have imposing background now. Now we've done that. It's just a start for this, but that works. I'm just going in here and just kind of giving it some texture to these windows to indicate sort of just kind of a ghostly presence of things. We have the same thing here where we kind of line. These are all the things that are happening outside the windows, clearly. We don't see it very well because it's outside these windows. Well, I guess I didn't need to talk to you anyway. Add a little chaos to it. It actually kind of looks kind of cool, right? Even though you don't see a lot of what's going on in the background, making it contiguous helps a whole lot. Then it actually feels like the background, not like it's kind of weird foreground effect or whatever. Remember the chandelier over here. It's just not there. I loves chaos. I love chaos so much. All right. Okay, so we've added some of this, which is helpful. Super chaotic. And I'll actually add more. More chaos in the background here. Adding some texture to
into it. And don't worry, this will be lightened quite a bit. But right now, while it's black, I can really see it. And see, that gave the whole area a little bit of texture and a little bit of just grit. No. Yep, it does. Makes it look lived in, gives it a little bit of texture. Way. And people don't look at the background as much, so it won't be as big of a deal. No, this is cute. Interesting. Not the one I'm looking for, but it is interesting. Those look more like scales. Also, this sort of gives a light effect to the left side of the page. I'm just going to merge all of these together. Make this just one big background texture unit. Which we can then control. Okay. I'm just putting in roughs at this point. Nothing major at this point. Major. These are all the things that are affected. Affected by this light, which is right here. One of the things that's definitely something we do work here is we make sure that there's cross-pollination of the colors. For example, I take this and just run it along the outside edge like so. Yeah, he's highlighted from a light over here somewhere. It also makes this a lot easier to deal with. And it gives him depth, right? Using this mid-gray as a blender to blend between the two, it gives it a little bit of depth, but it doesn't. Oh, yeah, well, that's coming after. Because all of the effects on the cigar are going to be later. Like, for example, we're also going to blur her knife that's spinning, but first we've got to paint her knife that's spinning. Once it's painted, then we can just select it and then rotate it a couple of times, and it will look like it's going. But we haven't gotten it yet. Off to work. Have a good day at work. At least have a day at work. And if you do happen to get shipped to some other state, county by accident, Make sure you at least have fun there and do cool stuff. One thing we have to remember is that she kind of blocking his body here a little. No. Yeah. Yeah. The biggest problem I have with fandom, and I'll even include people who are political fans, is this belief that they are entitled to be right, not just have an opinion. But if I say that the Broncos are the worst team ever, I'm entitled for you to be forced to agree with me. You know? Instead of that just being an opinion. Quantify by saying that I have no actual opinion on the Broncos. But it's frustrating because their entire thesis as to why they are right is based solely on the belief that nobody else has ever hated any other Star Trek. And it's like, you know what? Honestly, Trekkies have been trashing new Star Trek forever. They trashed TNG, they trashed Voyager, Deep Space Nine. So it's, it's a thing. But I am getting kind of tired of every single, hey, here's a cool thing that's happening in the Star Trek universe, has to have a whole bunch of people who come in and go, new Star Trek sucks. Yeah, okay. It's totally okay to have that opinion. It's totally okay to believe that. But hey, you don't have to see it every time. You know? She's apparently redheaded. And I mean, the Post literally, and the worst part about this is that they don't understand, and they never will, that by squawking like that all the time, they literally desensitize the powers that be from listening to us. I mean, that's it, right? Well, but even then, there's a difference between objective and subjective, right? I objectively know that the new Star Treks are better in production value. They're better in the ships are better and things like that. Objectively, because of course they are. There's more money that's available at this point in time, and the technology is better. whether I like the scripts, whether the writing is better, once you get to that point, the modern scripts versus the old scripts are still written in the same way. It's still a human being going, let's see, we'll put the hero in this position and we'll have them fight this bad guy. You know what I mean? Like, it's the same methodology. So that's all subjective. I can't tell you that the scripts are better today than they were before. What's really happening is these guys don't like the fact that now the writers are free to hit issues head on. When you were on a network, very well just smack somebody in the face with something. Because if you did, then the network wouldn't show it. So there's no way to do that. And that's part of the problem that we have here. Sure. And that's the issue, right? 56 years ago, it was unheard of to have a black woman kiss a white man. Today, nobody thinks about it. Nobody gives it a second thought. 56 years ago, that was in your face. And what kills me about that, I mean, like, think about it. When I was Nichelle Nichols' handler at Mile High Con, she literally kissed me on the cheek. She kissed me right there. I was so beside myself that for years afterward, that was like my high point of my life. That was like the best thing. In fact, I would say that until I went to Japan, that was probably the awesomest thing that ever occurred to me. In 1967, that would have been offensive. She would have committed a crime in our culture. Because I'm a white man, she's a black woman, yada. People don't realize how much culture shifts, and they keep seeing it through the lens of today. So to them, they watch the episode that's in, and right, I've got a secondhand kiss to Shatner. Think about it. Maybe not think about it. Anyway, but that's, people don't think about this in context with the culture. They don't think about it in context with the time. That was offensive, what she did. And there were TV stations that refused to show that episode. And in the same token, in that episode had slavery, whippings, beatings. It was not a good episode. And I remember as a kid watching that episode and being uncomfortable with it. Because Nichelle had to crawl around and be a slave. And that was not my Southern sensibilities from where I came from in the South. that was really, really uncomfortable. So it's a thing to think about, but when people start doing this whole, there once was a time when Star Trek wasn't so in your face. I keep reminding them that it was in your face. We just don't see it as in your face because it was a different era. And looking at a black woman kissing a white man right now, you can think, oh, this must have really messed with their world. But in reality, it was not like, it was more like sticking two gay men on a show and having them kiss each other. It was the same thing. And the part that really sucks about this is these Trekkies are actually being the people. They're being those guys. You know, by doing that, they're being those guys. The guys that said that we couldn't show that those episodes of Star Trek. They're literally being those guys, and so it's kind of one of those things that's, I don't know, it bugs me. Now, I don't mind people who have a legitimate complaint. I know that a lot of people complained a lot about Book of Boba Fett. I liked Book of Boba Fett just fine. There was nothing wrong with it in my book. But I'm not a Star Wars nut, and I can see there might be problems with it, or whatever. But then there's always those complaints that make you just kind of go, no, what are you bitching about? Why are you complaining? A lot of complaining. Yeah, right? I mean, so that's the other thing. Picard, they're complaining that Picard is slow. You know what? I kind of like that Star Trek slowed down. A little. You know what I mean? Star Trek usually is just bam, 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 bam on these things. And I like it when it slows down a little. I enjoy that. Right? It needed more Rancor. I'm not going to disagree with you, man. We should have more Rancor. Although, I was waiting for the Rancor to be a jump scare, because that's what they always do. Make that Rancor a jump scare for me. And I was like, that's nice, thanks. I hate you people. Right? There's a lot of interesting affecting things that go on in the world today. Now that we have social media, it actually is informing my thoughts about going back to college, because I kind of been thinking about the idea and the concept of doing an entire, because I want to go back. So I've been wanting to go back for a long time and get a PhD. I think the relatively easy PhD, but also most complicated PhD, is going to be getting an astrophysics PhD. It'll be easy once I get past all the mathematics. Up until that, the mathematics are going to drive me absolutely bonkers. You mean if it's plausible? One of the reasons we're doing this now is because one of the reasons we're talking about this now is because, let's see. Oh, I gotta change my password. I'm checking to see. Oh. There you go. Okay, we're looking to see whether I guess my borrower's case is still pending. Okay, so so back to what we were talking about with school, because I just went to go check to see, because I haven't checked in a while to see if they've cleared my debt, because that's the thing. That's what we're really waiting for. If they haven't cleared the debt, then I'm not messing with it, because I'm not getting into that one. Oh, well, two things. One, I entirely intend to attend school all the way through in t-shirts. I am not messing with it. So they shouldn't mess with me thinking that I'm a teacher, in theory. But also, there's nothing I can do. I've been a teacher. So I have sort of teacher demeanor. It's like, so I'm actually, that would be totally fine if they mistook me for a teacher. I'd be like, well, I'm not your teacher. You know. So I submitted
borrower's defense case for my student aid in April of 2019. It's still pending. So, April of 2020, April of 2021, April of 2022, where it's 3 years. And they got all my contact information. Everything's correct. So the problem is that I put in my borrower's defense during the Trump administration when they were shuffling those and thinking it wasn't a good idea. Yeah. Well, that's the reason why we're doing all of this is that my bachelor's degree is null and void, and I owe $67,000, and so I can't get a job because I don't have a bachelor's degree. I mean, I can get a job, but I can't get a job that requires a bachelor's degree, which is most of the high-level jobs, even if I'm qualified. That's one of the most frustrating parts of the whole thing is it doesn't matter if I'm qualified or not, you know, because most of these jobs require a bachelor's degree. So I think that's part of the frustration I have with that one. Okay, it's 11 o'clock, guys. I think we're at a stopping point. We'll continue this guy tonight. I'll save it for right now. And then move back up to here. And now I'm going to go hang out with Alex and James until 1 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, it starts to become Star Trek ready. I get to see what new things we get on Star Trek Day. Cool. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me, Brent. We'll talk some more tonight, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.